Hello. What I was trying to make just was not working out, so I gave up. What I was talking about in the last video with the yarns that I showed. But I still wanted to learn the moss stitch, and if I call it the seed stitch at any point in this video, I'm sorry. Please don't scream at me. I know that that's knitting. So I ended up making this because I am an American. Go figure, right? So obviously I made the blue part separately just to learn, and then I connected it and made the rest. And it's a little frumpy just because the way that the stitch is done is you start, I think my mistake was making my foundation chain and then starting it. I should have done moss stitch from the foundation, because now this side has twice as many stitches as this side, because the way this stitch is done is single crochet one, chain one, skip one, and then repeat until the end, and then turn and do the same thing. So even though it looks pretty, well, not since I've been pulling on it, it doesn't. I blocked it twice, and it just, I might honestly have to do it a third time and really focus on stretching out the middle and the bottom. But I made it for myself, and I was just learning, so I don't really care that it doesn't look perfect. But I like the moss stitch. It gives like an elasticity that most crochet pieces don't have, I feel like, with single crochet. So I feel like this stitch would be really good, obviously not with acrylic because I would be so incredibly itchy. But I feel like if you did it with a wool yarn, it would be a good stitch to make like a shirt or a cardigan out of, because it's dense enough that it would keep you warm, but also breathable enough that you would not sweat to death. I think it's a very good stitch, and I really don't know, except for that stitch, any past basic like slip stitch to treble crochet and like reverse single crochet. I've had to do like some work, some front post and back post work for certain patterns, but that's not something I do regularly. So I'm looking to maybe expand my skills this year, but not right now. We're doing something else right now. One of the teachers my mom works with is leaving at the end of the school year. My mom said she's the speech therapist. Or that's what I heard. Honestly, I could have not been listening very well. And she likes sunflowers, and so I saw this on a Facebook group that I'm in, but I couldn't find it to find the pattern. I should have taken screenshots of the pattern when I saw the post the first time. But I was like, hey, I know how to make those one granny squares, even though I swore that I would never make another granny square again after the swirled granny square debacle. But here I am, 2 granny squares deep out of 4, and I need 2 just like square panels to make the bottom. So I have to make 2 more of these. And I forgot to cut off my tails last night. I also watched Squid Game Season 2. I recommend. I do. It somehow left off on a plot twist that was actually very satisfying. I think it's because it gives you like, you know there's obviously going to be more, and they've already said that there's season 3, so it's not, just watch it, you'll figure it out. So I made this from a pattern, that I will link in the description down below. I modified it heavily to get the longer legs. I changed the hood pattern a little, and I made this little patch because there was just an obnoxious space here for the neck to be in. But this is so cute. I don't know why they changed the outfits. Weren't they red in the first season? This season they're kind of like a pink coral color. Anyway, this came out really cute, and I did triangle because I like the triangle character. If you watch season 2, you'll see why. And I think I might in my free time make what? Put over here. I might make. There is in the show one of these characters that wears a black suit, all black, and he has the pink, like his zipper part is pink. That's what I would do. Maybe like gray for the hood part to make it not just an amorphous black blob. But I do want to make another one of these at some point. I also made this for myself. I don't usually make things for myself. Really? Really? Okay. The last thing I made for myself was this. Hello Kitty from... I don't think I've shown this. But I made this from a page I follow on my Instagram. I think her page is called Bubble Plushies. She sells her patterns on Etsy, I think. But since I mentioned her page, I will also put it in the description. So, let's get started on two more of the, also, I have, okay, hold on. I have some of these from some, it's called like tatting, the like really thin doily yarn. And I was thinking, because I hate wasting stuff that could be turned into something else. And I was like, how many granny squares would it take to wrap around one of these? The answer is 3. And so I might make 3, see, because I have 2 and then a third one would just fit on this side. And obviously make a circle to go on the bottom and sew it all together. And this could be like a pencil holder. Or... obviously a soda can would fit in here. This thing's like, my arm fits in here. But not with these. I was honestly considering making 3 more of these and making it like a set, but I don't want to do that. And then I have 2 smaller ones that I would have to figure out something to do with. I wonder if there's a way to make like a micro granny, because look how much taller that is than the small one. It's taller than the big one too, but not by as much, and I feel like that would be appropriate to kind of hide the edge of this. That might be in the next video we do. I also have, I'm kind of debating on doing it, but you see this pair of jeans right here, right there? I have not worn them because growing up I was not allowed to wear jeans with holes in them. But I got these pants for free and they have a lot of holes in them. Now I just don't, I mean, you can't see my knee, but these pants also have a hole in them, but it's not like my whole thigh is not exposed, it's just over my knee. But I want to try crocheting because there's like a lot of sock yarn in these boxes, the ones I showed in the last video, that I'm just not going to use to make socks because I don't really want to learn how to knit that badly. I know the basics, I'm good. But I wanted to crochet with different stitches and different colors and sew the patches into the jeans so that you could like see it through the holes. So that's one of the ideas that I have floating around in my noggin. So other than that, I don't really have any other ideas. I have more of these. They're just sitting here on the floor because I don't know where else to put them. So I have 2 of the large ones. And even they're a slightly different size. This one is a bit taller. And I have 2 of the medium ones. And I have 1 of the small ones. I could make a snowman. I could make a snowman. That would be really cute, but I'm not going to. I'm going to find somewhere else to put these so we can get started on the other stuff. So, I'm moving them. Probably just right here because I won't need any polyfill for what we're making. So I won't have to open that container. So, let's go to the top down so we can get started. I think I've said everything I need to say. Okay, I think I finally got my camera to sit still. It was kind of moving in the tripod because My phone is heavy. So, I realize when I make stuff that I don't ever show which yarns I'm using, I just make it. It's because I don't keep the labels. Like, this is just brown yarn. And I'm also using, obviously, on this thing my dad bought me, white and yellow. So, this white yarn is the same one that I showed last time, though. The one that I said was from Canada. The one that I was using on Benedict. So, that one I can show. But, I'm going to be using my hook as soon as I find where it is. I think I was using this one. 2.5. So, it had been so long since I made a granny square after I said I wasn't going to make anymore that I had genuinely forgotten how to make this, so I had to dig into the recesses of my mind to find this because I was too stubborn to look it up. But it starts with 16 double crochet, and I don't count my chains, so 2, 3, then on your last one, you're gonna want to wait on that last stitch. Pull this closed. Don't pull it so tight, because last time I did, and I broke my yarn, and so I had to cut it off and start over. Not on this one, on one of the other ones that I made. And then this is where you're gonna attach your other color. Mine is yellow. This can obviously be made with whatever color combination you want. Up to 4 colors, really, because this is 2 different rounds, so okay, since I'm not gonna be changing my color of yarn after this, I actually don't know what this stitch is called. I think it's called the bobble stitch or the popcorn stitch or something like that. I just call it the stitch that I'm doing in this present moment. Alright, now you can connect and chain 1. Now we're going to be doing, I also don't know what this stitch is called, but I will show you what it is. It's let's see, how would I even describe it? It's 4 unworked half double crochets on the hook at once in the same space. So for the first one you only do 3 though, because your chain does technically count this round, so this first one only gets 3. I mean, you could do 4 if you want to, but it looks alright with just doing 3. And with not accidentally splitting your, no, that's wrong. Why does it look like that for? Why does it, no, that's right, okay. I was wondering why this looks so bulky. I think it's just because the outside strand is kind of big. And then you pull through all of them and then chain one. And these are worked in the spaces between these puff stitches, so like not in the chain itself. I just go under it. So one unworked, or I guess half finished, half double crochet or double crochet, 4, and then pull through all of them and chain one, and then I don't think, no, okay, forget the chain one, just pull through all of them and secure it. Otherwise, honestly, you can basically do whatever you want to regarding chains and it still works out. Because your next row, which is the border, is worked between the petals. So you just keep doing this all the way around until you reach the other side. My yarn, I keep running out of slack yarn, and sometimes this thing does not spin the way it should. That's alright. Also, by the end of each round, you should have 16 of each type of stitch. If you don't, your granny square, the border is going to be thrown off and it won't look right because you won't have enough space for the stitches that are worked in sets of 3 on the edges. Also, this is not a tutorial. This is I'm just showing you what I'm making. I'm not even gonna fix it that time. I actually did end up chaining one between each one because it gives more space. Like this over here looks really kind of cramped. This, you can see the little space between each one. And it's just gonna make it easier in the end to make the border. That looks kind of gross. Just kidding, I am gonna fix that. I don't like making things I'm not proud of, and it's okay to take it out and try again. So it looks like on this one I'm gonna have one here, and you would think that would be the end, but I'm actually gonna want to make another one in this teeny tiny little space right here. That way I have 16 by the end. So I counted without doing the last one, and I somehow have 16. 2 here, 2 here, so 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and the last two 16. So I'm gonna call it good and just slip stitch and leave a tail. And I have to leave a decently long tail because I do work them in as I make the border. So for the border, so now we have this little disc looking thing, right? So for the border, we're using the white yarn that I showed before. What's it called? Starlet? Yeah, Starlet by Mary Maxim. So obviously the easiest place to start is right here where we left off. And I'm going to leave an appropriately long tail on this as well. pull it through here. I feel like that's how I used to do it, but then I saw this method where this lady, she started her work with a slip knot, and I feel like that in the end is going to be so much more secure. She made the slip knot, pulled it through, and I just feel like that's going to be more secure. Okay, then you're going to want to chain 2, so 3 chains total, I guess, if you count this one. And the corners are made with treble crochet, or I guess nobody from the UK is probably watching this video, but I don't know what you call this, but you go around twice and work it 3 of these, counting this chain. So work 2 the first time, and then chain. I only do 2. I guess technically you could do 3, but 2 is appropriate because I'm going to show you how to get a sharper corner at the end anyway. That's 2. Three, chain 1. So into the next space is gonna be double crochet. Also, so every set on the edge is worked in 3. Okay? Okay. And don't forget that you're chaining 1 between each section. So the next one is 3 half double crochet. I think that counts as chain 1. And then on this side, 3 double crochet. Sorry, I know it's not in the center. I know. The way I'm sitting in my phone is kind of crooked, so I'm sorry. Okay, then this is going to be your next corner, and you're gonna basically do the same thing you did in this corner. But since you don't have chain 2 here, you have to work 3 treble crochet before you can do your chain 2. And then you're just going to repeat that over and over, all around the edge, until you get back to your chain where you started, and then you just do... I'll show you when we get there. I'm not going to try to explain it. It'll just be easier to show you. So when you round the last corner, you need to have 3 spaces left so that you can do double crochet, a set of 3 double crochet, a set of half double crochet, a set of double crochet, and then you're gonna finish on this particular stitch. So I've done my corner, and I'm probably, oh yeah, I guess I will. My tail's a little longer. I'm gonna keep working it in as long as I can. And half double crochet. And I'll leave my tail out at this point because I'm going to cut it off. I'll do 3 double crochet. Then pull out some more yarn. So let's see if I can show you. If I zoom in, you see how right here I have my chain stitches. I'm gonna skip those and I'm gonna go in right here on this particular stitch. And single crochet. Okay? So, and then that would leave you one stitch before you get to your corner space. This is what I do to get the really kind of pointy corners, is I do into my chain space, which is this giant space if you open it up, 2 single crochet, right? Chain 2 or 3, but whatever you do, I think 2 is more appropriate. I'm gonna skip this chain and you're gonna slip stitch into this one and then do 2 more single crochet. And be careful when you're doing this that you don't accidentally lap a single crochet over this stitch, because you'll cover it up and end up just bypassing it. Then single crochet in each, and then in the spaces where I've chained 1 between each set, I'll just put a single crochet between, like, I don't try to go through the chain, I just put it under, because I'm not going to sit here and fight a chain for 10 minutes trying to get it through the space. I just realized I made a mistake. I did 3 sets of double, I'm not changing it, I'm not going back. 3 sets of double crochet, but it's okay because I made a mistake on one of the other ones too. If I hadn't pointed it out, nobody would probably even know, unless they know the pattern. I mean, you guys know obviously now because I told you, but it's okay. All it does is remind that nobody is perfect, and neither is art. I could go back and fix it, but I really don't want to, because I don't particularly like making granny squares all that much. Like, this is something I'm glad that I learned, because if I make 13 of them, I can make the grocery totes. I haven't made one of those in a long time. I saw someone on Instagram posted a really cute one where they did like blue and purple, like a muted blue and purple color scheme, and did crescent moon and star theme bag. That was really cute. I liked that. Now that I'm looking at it, I actually don't think I made a mistake. They all kind of look like that at the center. But I'm at the point where I would finish it off now, so I'm gonna single crochet here. That's my last chain space. And then in my first single crochet, which you can't see because my camera's being weird, my first single crochet, I'm gonna slip stitch and leave a little tail. You don't need one because you're gonna end up sewing them together anyway. So now I have 3 out of 4, and I'm just gonna make one more, and then I will be putting them together. So here are my other ones, and I should take this opportunity to cheat and take my thumbnail picture. but you didn't hear it from me. So now that I have all 4 of these, and my bird, I have to make just 2 white squares with no other color to put on the bottom. And I say 2 because I feel like it'll be really flimsy if I just do 1. Because I also have this foam that I got that came in a package, and instead of throwing it away, I was like, I could use that for something. And I'm gonna... Can I take this? It has tape on it. Can I take this off? Oh, I didn't think this would come off. That's why I didn't try to remove it. Hold on. Okay, that was like obnoxiously loud to take off. This came in something that my dad ordered for me for my birds, and I was like, I could use that to just like stiffen or reinforce something. And so I'm gonna make obviously my other 2. Should I block these? Not on here, obviously, but I don't really want... No, I'm not going to. But I'm going to make 2 squares, and in between them, I'm going to put a square of this so it can stand up better. I almost said more better. So, I'm going to set these aside. I'm going to set this aside. And I'm just going to be working with this to make... Oh, I guess I should measure how big these squares are first, huh? Or I'll just keep one out for reference, I guess. And I think I might try half double crochet. If not, I'll probably end up doing single crochet just so you can't see the foam through the squares. But so this is, I think it's 18. I already forgot, and I literally just did it. Anyway, working in the back. I did say half double crochet, didn't I? Yes, I did. I'm kind of worried about the bottom of this being white, because I feel like it's going to get dirty really easily. But it should be alright. If it's kept on like a school desk or something. Like, I don't think the lady is going to go put it out in the dirt. Also, it's going to be a little smaller than I thought it would be, which I should have not thought it would be bigger because I'm using a small hook. But I don't particularly know what she's going to put in it when she gets it. I thought maybe pens or pencils because the size is going to be. Maybe highlighters might be a good idea so you don't risk getting like pen ink on the yarn. Because this would not be able to be washed once I put the foam in it. Not that I think the water would mess up the foam. I, for one, think it would just unravel because it would get tossed around everywhere. And 2, I think the dryer, which, well, you wouldn't really put it in the dryer. I guess you would just set it out and let it dry. In the sun, maybe. But if one did, by chance, put it in the dryer, I think the foam would probably melt. Because it is just standard packing foam. Anyway, I'm going to come back when I have at least one of the squares done so that I can measure the foam. Okay? Okay. Alright, I have everything made now except the strap because I'll just do that at the end. My plan is to sew these all together and make the box itself, and then I'll use the foam and the last piece to hide any unsightly seams. There shouldn't be too many because it's all the same cream color, but I will be back when it's time to make the strap. All I have to say is this might not make it to the lady it was supposed to make it to because it came out really cute. It's not the biggest in the world, but it's like you could put chocolate in here maybe, like Hershey's Kisses. And it's supposed to close like this, if you so choose to close it. And so I have to make the strap that's supposed to go through the top, right, so you can carry it. And I was thinking, I have this, and this is called a French knitter, or this is like more popularly known as an I-cord maker, and I had a mechanical one, and I just the yarn that I most typically work with is too thick, so I returned it, and I bought this manual one with obviously 2 different size options. And I was gonna use this, and I think I might. Just the amount of time this is gonna take versus if I just chained like some half double crochet. But I haven't used this yet since I bought it, and so I think I might. And I have some acrylic yarn here. It's brighter on camera. This yarn, this green one, and always appears darker on camera. But I think I'm gonna use this. I'll try the small side first, and I'll get back to you at the end. Now, I don't actually know how to use this, but I'm making it work. And it came with this, and it also came with a darning needle, and I don't... It's one of these. I don't know which one it is. It was one of these. It might have been this one. No, you know what? It's probably this one, considering this is blue. Anyway, I just started with the slip knot, and then I wrapped it around each of these, and now I'm just going one by one, scooping it over. And even though this looks and feels like it's going to take me 70 years, I still think it's going to be worth it in the end. So, if I at some point mess this up, I'm just going to take it off, and I probably, honestly, never use this again for a long time. But so far, it's going alright. So, I will be back eventually. So, I have a really bad habit of sending off the thing I'm making before I show it. And I've done it once again, so I will put the pictures of the finished product here. It came out so cute. It almost didn't go to the person it was supposed to go to because I wanted it. It ended up about just big enough to put like the single tissue box in, not the long one, like the short, the cube tissue box would fit inside. Width-wise, but height-wise it was a little shorter, so it's decently sized. And I put some, like I said, the foam inside, and I'm pretty sure I got footage of that. It's been a while since, it's been like a few days since I finished it, so I'm already moving on to something more exciting. I'm writing my own pattern for something, because I didn't bother looking for one, because I'm sure there aren't any. It's an indie horror game mascot character. That was a lot of words. And I think in the next video we might try to knit something and see how that goes. So, this video is now over. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I will try to get the next video out before the year is over.